The gun pressed cold against Levi Kang's temple. "Any last words, Levi?" The man sneered, finger tightening on the trigger. Levi didn't flinch. After 10 years in this business, death felt like an old friend. "Make it quick." The gunshot echoed through his underground casino. The attacker's body hit the floor before Levi's did. Isaac lowered his weapon, barely breaking a sweat. "Boss, the hotel gala is tomorrow," he said, stepping over the corpse like it was nothing more than trash. Levi straightened his blood-splattered suit. "Cancel it." "Sir, you've canceled the last 5 events. People are starting to talk." "Let them talk." In 10 years, no woman had crossed the threshold of his penthouse. No soft voice had broken the silence. No gentle touch had thawed the ice around his heart. Not since Jisoo died in his arms, pregnant with his child, bleeding out while he screamed for help that never came. He was the Ice King of Seoul's underworld. And ice didn't melt. He was wrong. 24 hours later, Levi stood in his penthouse bathroom, letting scalding water burn away another day of blood and darkness. The nightmares would come tonight. They always did. Jisoo's face, her hand reaching for his, the light fading from her eyes. He stepped out, towel around his waist, and froze. A woman had crashed through his door. Not walked. Crashed. A cleaning cart lay sideways, a priceless Ming vase shattered across his marble floor. And there she stood, dark skin gleaming with sweat, chest heaving, terror filling her eyes as she pressed against the wall. "Please," she gasped in perfect Korean. "Please, they're coming. They'll kill me." Time stopped. A woman. In his space. The first in 10 years. Hey, if you're enjoying this story, hit that subscribe button. Trust me, you won't want to miss what happens next. Her hand trembled as she pulled a photo from her uniform pocket, a little girl, maybe 5 years old, with the same dark skin and bright smile. Something cracked inside Levi's chest. Jisoo had held an ultrasound photo just like that. Same desperate love in her eyes. "Who's after you?" he asked, voice rougher than intended.
"Men."
"Nigerian men. They work for." The door exploded inward before she could finish. 2 men stormed in, speaking rapid Igbo, guns raised. Levi's men rushed in behind him, weapons drawn. The woman screamed and dropped to her knees. "Femi sent us," one shouted. "The woman belongs to the Black Serpent." Levi moved on instinct. 1 shot.
2.
Both men dropped before they could fire. Silence crashed into the room. The woman looked at the bodies, then at Levi. You killed them." "They would have killed you." He grabbed his phone. "Isaac, get in here. We have a problem." "What kind of problem?" "The kind that just made me an enemy of the Black Serpent." Her eyes widened. "You know Femi?" "I know of him. Nigerian drug lord. Trafficking network across 3 continents. Ruthless. And now he'll want revenge for his men." Levi studied her. "Why is he after you?" I was his. He thinks I still am." "And the child?"
"Zuri."
"My daughter. His daughter. I ran 3 years ago when I discovered what he really was. What he did to women. To children." Tears streamed down her face. "Please, I'll do anything. Just protect my baby." Levi should have thrown her out. Called Femi. Made a deal. That was what the Ice King would do. Instead, he heard himself say, "You stay here. Under my protection. You work for me now. Try to leave, and you're dead within hours." "Thank you," she whispered. "Thank you. Thank you." "Don't thank me yet. You just became leverage in a war you don't understand." He turned to Isaac. "Get the child. Bring her here. And double security. The Black Serpent is coming." As his men moved, the woman stood. "I'm Mary. Mary Okafor. I don't care what your name is. You're a complication. Nothing more." But even as he said it, he couldn't stop seeing that photo. That desperate mother's love. The same love Jisoo would have had for their child. The ice around his heart cracked. Just a little. 3 hours later, a little girl's scream pierced the penthouse. "Mommy!" Mary ran from the guest room and fell to her knees as Levi's men brought in the terrified child. "Zuri, baby, I'm here. Mommy's here." They clung to each other, both crying. Levi watched from the shadows of his office doorway, whiskey in hand. The child couldn't be more than 5, big eyes and a bright smile hidden under the fear. "Where am I?" Zuri asked, looking around. Then her eyes landed on Levi. "Mommy, who's that?" Mary hesitated. Levi answered for her. "I own this building." Zuri's eyes went wide. "Are you a prince? This place looks like a castle." A prince. If she only knew the monster she was looking at. "Something like that," he muttered. "Mr. Prince," she called. "Thank you for helping my mommy." He froze. No one had thanked him in years. "Don't thank me. Just stay quiet and don't touch anything." That night, sleep refused to come. The nightmare did, Jisoo, bleeding, reaching for him. "Save our baby, Jihoon. Please. Save our baby." He woke up screaming. A soft knock came at his door. "Go away," he barked. The door opened anyway. Mary stood there in borrowed pajamas, holding a steaming cup. "My grandmother said nightmares are just memories looking for peace," she said quietly. "This tea helps. Chamomile and honey. Nigerian remedy." I said go away. She didn't budge. "You saved my life today. My daughter's life. The least I can do." "I don't need saving. I need silence." "Everyone needs saving sometimes, Mr. Kong." She set the tea on his nightstand. Even princes in castles. She left before he could respond. He stared at the tea for a long time before taking a sip. It tasted like kindness. He had forgotten what that felt like. At 6 a.m., the hotel lobby exploded. Levi was already awake, monitoring security feeds, when the blast shook the building. Screams. Smoke. Chaos. He sprinted for the elevator. Mary was already there. "What's happening?" "Bomb." Femi's response. "Stay with Zuri. I'm a nurse. I can help." They locked eyes. Hers were fierce. Determined. Not the terrified woman from yesterday. "Fine. But follow my orders." The lobby was hell. Blood. Bodies. Survivors crying. In the center lay a man barely alive, strapped with explosives. "Second bomb," someone screamed. Everyone ran, except Mary. She ran toward the wounded. "What are you doing?" Levi grabbed her arm. "Saving people. Isn't that what we do?" She tore fabric from her clothes and stopped bleeding, hands steady. Fearless. Natural. Levi defused the second bomb himself. 15 years in darkness had taught him useful skills. By the time the police arrived, Mary had saved 4 lives. Isaac found him later. The bomber left a message before he died. What message? "The Black Serpent says you can't protect them all." Levi slammed his fist on the desk. Double security. Triple it. Men on every floor, every entrance. "Boss," Isaac interrupted gently. "When's the last time you cared this much about collateral damage?" "I don't care. I don't like being threatened in my own building." "Right," Isaac said with a small smile. "That's why you personally defused a bomb instead of evacuating." Levi glared. "Get out." But Isaac was right. Later, Levi found Mary in the guest room with Zuri sleeping against her chest, her small hand tangled in her mother's hair. Peaceful. Safe. Just like Jisoo would have held their child. He turned to leave. "Mr. Prince," a tiny voice whispered. Zuri was awake. "Go back to sleep." "Are the bad men coming back?" "Not while I'm here." "Promise." He should have walked away. Promises meant nothing in his world. "I promise," he said quietly. She smiled and closed her eyes, trusting him completely. And as he watched them sleep, the ice around his heart cracked wider. 3 days passed. 3 days of Zuri following Levi around like a curious puppy. 3 days of Mary's quiet presence softening the hard edges of his penthouse. 3 days of pretending he wasn't changing. "You need to eat," Mary said, appearing in the doorway of his office with a plate. "I'm busy." "You've been busy for 16 hours. Even monsters need food." Levi looked up sharply. "Careful." She didn't flinch. "What are you going to do? Shoot me? Then who'll cook for Zuri?" "I have staff for that." "Your staff made her chicken nuggets." "She's 5, not a white suburban kid at a birthday party." Mary set the plate down. The smell hit him immediately. Spices, heat, something rich and complex. "What is this?" "Jollof rice. Nigerian staple. My grandmother's recipe." She crossed her arms. "Try it." I don't have time. One bite. If you hate it, I'll leave you alone. Levi took a bite. The flavors exploded. Tomatoes, peppers, spices he couldn't name. Rich. Perfect. For the first time in years, food tasted like more than fuel. It's acceptable, he said stiffly. Mary laughed, actually laughed. Acceptable? This is award-winning jollof. My family would disown you for that comment. Something about her laugh made his chest tighten. When had someone last laughed in this place? Mommy, Mr. Prince. Zuri burst in, clutching a drawing. Look what I made. It was them. 3 stick figures, one tall, one medium, one small, all holding hands. That's our family. Zuri beamed. We're not, Levi began. It's beautiful, baby. Mary cut in quickly, shooting him a warning look. Mr. Levi loves it, don't you? Their eyes met, hers pleading. Don't break her heart. It's nice, he forced out. Zuri hugged his leg and dashed away. Mary started after her, but stopped in the doorway. Thank you, she said softly, for being kind to her. I know you didn't ask for this. No, I didn't. But you chose it anyway. That says something about who you really are. She left before he could correct her, before he could say he was exactly the monster everyone claimed he was. But later that night, he hung Zuri's drawing in his office. Just temporarily. Just until they left. That's what he told himself. One evening, Levi sat on the balcony, city lights glowing below as he held a glass of whiskey. Mary's voice came from the darkness. Tell me about Giselle. That's none of your business, he said flatly. You scream her name every night. Zuri asked me if Giselle is a ghost. He gripped his glass so tightly it almost cracked. Go back inside. Mary ignored him and sat beside him, wrapped in a blanket. I was married once too, she said quietly. Well, not married. But I thought I loved him. Femi was charming. Smart. Studying business in Lagos. I was so stupid. You weren't stupid. You were young. How would you know? Levi finally looked at her. Because I was young once too. Before all this. Before the empire. Before the blood. She hesitated. What happened to her? To Giselle? The whiskey burned down his throat. She was pregnant. 3 months. We had picked out names. I was preparing to leave this life. Build something clean for our family. He gave a bitter laugh. Turns out, you don't just leave. The Cobra Syndicate attacked my father's compound. I thought I'd gotten everyone to safety. I was wrong. Levi. I found her in the garden, bleeding. She kept saying, save our baby. Please save our baby. But there was so much blood. His jaw tightened. They died in my arms. Both of them. Because I thought I could have both worlds. I was wrong. Mary reached over and covered his hand with hers, warm, gentle, alive. I found Femi's phone one night, she said quietly. Pictures of girls, children, being sold, trafficked. When I confronted him, he beat me unconscious. When I woke up, he told me I was his property. That Zuri was his investment. That's when I knew I had to run. How did you escape? I saved every naira for 2 years. One night, he was drunk, celebrating. I drugged his drink, grabbed Zuri, and ran. A truck driver helped, then a ship captain. We made it to Korea with nothing but my nursing certificate and hope. And he's been hunting you ever since. Yes. 3 years of running. 3 years of Zuri asking why we can't go home. 3 years of being so tired I wanted to give up. She looked at him. Until I crashed into your room. Mary, you think you're a monster, Levi. But monsters don't have nightmares. Monsters don't care who they hurt. You're just a man who's been hurt so badly, he forgot how to heal. Before Levi could answer, Isaac burst onto the balcony. Boss, we have a problem. The warehouse was supposed to be secret. Only 5 people knew the location. And now it was empty, his $30 million weapons shipment gone. Someone talked, Isaac said. Gather the captains, Levi ordered. All of them. An hour later, 5 men sat in the conference room. One of them was a traitor. $30 million, Levi said softly, too softly. They all tensed. Who knew about this shipment? Silence. Speak. Boss, we'd never. Captain Kim began. Someone did. Someone told Femi exactly when and where. Levi walked behind them. Confess now, quick death. Or stay silent and die slowly. No one spoke. Then Captain Dae-young's phone buzzed. Give me your phone, Levi commanded. Sir, Isaac snatched it. His jaw tightened. Boss, you need to see this. Messages. Locations. Details about Mary. About Zuri. All sent to Femi. Dae-young, Levi said quietly. How long? 6 months. Dae-young whispered. Femi offered me 5 million. My daughter needs surgery. I couldn't. You betrayed me for money? For my child. Dae-young stood, shaking. She'll die without treatment. So you sold out an innocent woman and her daughter? I had no choice. Levi raised his gun. There's always a choice. Wait. Mary's voice cut through the room. She stood in the doorway, Zuri clinging to her leg. How much does the surgery cost? Mary asked. Mary, stay out of this. How much? 3 million won. Dae-young cried. I couldn't. Pay it, Mary told Levi. Levi stared at her. Are you insane? He betrayed us. He betrayed us to save his child. What would you have done for yours? For Jisu's baby. The room fell silent. That's different. It's not. Mary's voice trembled with emotion. You kill him, his daughter dies. Another innocent child. Is that who you are? Levi froze. Rage battled mercy in his chest. Isaac, he finally said. Pay for the surgery. Then put Dae-young on a plane to Thailand. If I ever see him again, mercy ends. Dae-young collapsed in relief. Thank you, thank you. Thank her, Levi snapped. And pray Femi doesn't kill you. After they left, Mary approached him quietly. That was weak, he said sharply. In my world, weakness gets you killed. In your world, maybe. But maybe your world needs to change. Before he could answer, his phone rang. Unknown number. Levi Kong, a smooth voice said. Nigerian accent. The Ice King himself. Femi. I must say, sparing Dae-young? Very unlike you. Could it be the woman's influence? Or the child's? What do you want? What's mine? Mary. Zuri. My property. They're not property. Femi laughed. You've gone soft, Ice King. You have 48 hours. Deliver them to me, or I burn your empire to the ground. Starting with everyone you care about. The line went dead. Mary had heard every word. Levi. Pack your things. What? You're leaving tonight. Isaac will take you somewhere safe. New identities. No. She grabbed his arm. I won't run again. This isn't running. It's surviving. It's the same thing. Tears streamed down her face. I'm tired of surviving. I want to live. And for 3 days in this place with you, I finally felt alive again. Mary, don't you see? We're the same. Both running from our pasts. Both afraid to live, because we've lost so much. But I'm done being afraid. He'll kill you, Levi said hoarsely. Then let him try. But I won't hide anymore. And neither should you. He grabbed her shoulders. I can't lose you. The words slipped out, dangerous, raw, true. Then don't, she whispered. Fight for us. Fight for Zuri. Fight for the family you lost by protecting the one standing right in front of you. Their faces drew close. 10 years of walls. 10 years of ice. All melting in her fire. Mr. Prince. Zuri's small voice broke the moment. Are you and Mommy fighting? Mary quickly wiped her tears. No, baby. We're just talking. Zuri looked at Levi. Will the bad man come? Levi knelt so he was eye level. Yes. But I won't let him hurt you. I promise. You promised before. Do you keep your promises? Everyone waited. Isaac, the guards, Mary. Levi thought of Jisu, of the promise he'd made as she died. Never love again. Never risk someone he cared about. But Zuri's hopeful eyes undid him. I keep my promises, he said softly. Always. Zuri wrapped her arms around him. Small, warm, trusting. Over her head, his gaze met Mary's. This time, he wouldn't fail. This time, he would fight. If you want to see what happens next, if you need to know how Levi plans to protect Mary and Zuri. If you're ready to watch the Ice King go head-to-head with the Black Serpent, hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications. Part 2 is on the way, and trust me, you do not want to miss it.